and I got it in a Humble Bundle a while ago, I think. Yeah, I got it a while ago. Back in September, it was part of the Humble Bundle. Neon Abyss is another really good one from this time. Tried Atomic Crops, didn't try it too long. Might go back for it, but Neon Abyss is good. Let's try it out. I do have chat open now, so it should be connected to everything.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
But France is lying to you.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see, yes, the people never happy. It's never enough.
Go on normal mode. Seems reasonable. It's nice the window stays open. In some games that it doesn't happen. If something gets said in chat, that example should pop up over here on the screen too, which is pretty cool.
Hi David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. Alright mate, Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now don't worry, it's not hard and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain... Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
On four old ladies from East Wiltshire.
Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
Sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie, The Freedom.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, CV make me kind of imposterous.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going
Before we
5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the
Good
National
evening.
Night News.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year.
and a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live.
Bit early there, mate.
On tonight's National Night.
Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Great, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody.
I need you to fill out the notes.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Asking about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy as you.
I thought that was our little
Sign up
secret.
now, and every week we'll send you a thank you
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning
to add
friendship.
to your salary.
Yeah.
Build your collection week by week, and very soon.
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Your crunchy cubes will
Thank you so much.
absolute carby best.
10 seconds, everybody.
This exclusive offer is available for a limited time.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
shop
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated? Yeah.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him?
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He really is.
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. What a wild and you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it?
Been on that show a bit long.
Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult.
Remember the 10-second rule?
I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'd just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff.
Cool, looks like Blunderclash is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think I
Get the speed right. Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Lance, we mustn't.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
It'll do for now. Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time push upwards. Upwards, mate. Upwards.
But I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
I need to see this.
No, it's not.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
Sterility. This folder. This is the key.
Stop it.
Yes!
Not bad. You'll get it with practice.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you got to do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
And a deal. We got those shares. You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy Neil's got crazy deals.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
We got it. You want it. You
Seriously,
pay it.
Douglas.
You want it. We
5,
got it. You want it. You want it. We got it. You
3.
pay it.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters. I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters. Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury are about to make their acceptance address. Are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast.
Go for it, Pat.
Shall I start? Get ready
Go
to play.
for it, Pat.
Thank you all for coming. And, well, thank you all for coming.
Where do I start?
And, well, what
Where
do I start?
They said we
What
couldn't do
They
it.
certainly
said we
they
couldn't
knew.
do
They
it. Every
certainly
dirty
low-down
low
lying
every
southern
dirty
bastard
low-down
trick
lying
they had against
southern
us.
for you. Prick they had
The
against
people
us.
nice.
You saw right through
people.
there. You saw
I'm
right
sorry about the
through
language there. I'm sorry about the
that. I've had a
language
couple
there.
of celebrations. Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations.
Coarser than the grown is funny. Coarser than the grown is.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that advance are not a political party. Advance are not a political party. When things are going well. A party is what you have when things are going well. Suffering. You don't need a party. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. A team that can change things. A team that can change. But today is day one of a new future. But today is day one of a new future. Fairer future. A better. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be putting their shitting pants on and up in their dusty checkbook. Pants on and up in their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put, but not before we came out here to address the nation. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our Assets and Wealth Act to pass the Assets and Wealth Office. We have reduced working within the tax office. Every person in the country with wealth. Every person in the country with wealth into the million.
Probably you rather you don't. Probably because the likes of you and me, because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. Reform of the tax system. No more hiding wealth offshore. No more hiding wealth funds or creative accounting, trust funds or creative accounting, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws, unavoidable
so all
set
you
of
bastard public school all you snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoke your passport. We revoke your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. You're going to pay first. You're going to pay up.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals, to properly fund health and education, to properly fund health and education of us all, to raise the living standards of us
said
all.
we'd have to raise billions. Said we'd have to raise you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours. When we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute. So to you posh twats,
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even.
Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards. We will put the wealth of this country back. We will put the wealth of this country back in the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it like we promised we would. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, we'll get pissed.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there. Interesting acceptance speech there. Our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Out for you in time. Hopefully we got that out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself, that's all from us this evening at the National Mighty That's all from us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day with full coverage of the first day. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful. I'm Jeremy Dawson. Have a.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Boring politics then?
This is some weird fever dream. Am I
Well, we're not
dying
sure,
now?
but here in St Bumley on the
be so
Tape, we've got a
lucky.
big hill and the bus
I'll
comes
see you
twice
tomorrow
daily.
night.
Not going for a drink?
No,
Visit
got a date.
picturesque
Lucky
St
you.
Bumley
Try not to
this
get
summer
murdered.
and experience a holiday that's simply unlike any other.
Alright, mate. Welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock.
It's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching.
Didn't happen. Hopeful or hostile? Controversy as global mega corporation Remington Swist buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live.
That's where I cut it off a little early.
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
But this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
I know. I think they think you won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. He's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do 1 beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin, bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
what's up?